morning and welcome to Outdoors with John. Today we're at Mount Osceola trailhead. Today we're going to hike from this trailhead to Mount Osceola and over Mount Osceola to East Acela and back. Probably for around 8.5 miles round trip. Should be pretty exciting. It'll get us 2 4K summits as well as some great views, I'm told, from the top of Mount Osceola. So without further ado, let's go hiking. So far the trail has been a little rocky but forested, so we're not sitting in the sun. The guidebook says we're going to have to deal with this for a little bit, but it'll get easier once we get out of this rocky section. We're about 1 mile into the trail. All I can say is sometimes this trail is smooth and sometimes the trail is rocky. At least it's not rocky and steep. Well, we're about 2 miles into the hike. And through the trees we can see, I think it's Mad River Valley or Mad River Glen ski area. We're on the ridge. Over there probably might be Mount Tecumseh, if I said that right. We're on Breadloaf Ridge. Hiking's gotten a little bit flatter, less rocky, and a little bit more open. So another 1.2 miles to the top. So we're 2.5 miles into the hike and doing well. It's a little bit of a breeze up here, which is nice because it's kind of hot today. I think it's in the mid 70s. Probably not quite that warm up here, but perfect day for hiking. So far, I can't complain. About 2.6 miles into the trail, we come to several sections of off-camber hiking. If it were wet, this would be very treacherous, so keep that in mind if you're hiking up here. All right, this looks like the actual peak here. See where the tower used to be. A couple footings. The fire tower. We're on top of Mount Acela, and looking across the valley there, that arrow-shaped scar straight ahead is where I hiked a couple days ago. That's Mount Hancock, and to the right of that is South Hancock, which I also hiked in a loop. This mountain is a little bit higher, and off in the background, I don't know if that's the one stuck in the clouds, could be Washington, the presidentials. We'll be hiking down that ridge over to that peak, East Osceola, which has lots of trees, but it looks like a challenging hike to get there. We are currently cruising on the ridge between Mount Acela and South Acela. Looked pretty scary from the top there, but since you're around the top and the trees are around you, it doesn't feel too scary while you're walking. 3 3/4 mile into the hike. Coming down the ridge line, and we're looking pretty much straight at East Osceola. I'm gonna have a hard time saying that a lot. The guidebook says there's a chimney down here. I don't know if we're there yet, but it looked pretty scary in the pictures I saw. Let's see what it looks like. We just hit 4 miles of hiking, and we're coming to a nice view of East Acela. It really opens up here. It's phenomenal. The peak itself is wooded and doesn't have a view, so we're going to enjoy a look at the peak from here. We're still climbing it, but looks like we're almost to the notch and we'll be heading up shortly. Alright, I bypassed the chimney unbeknownst to me. This is the easy way. I don't know how easy it is. I do have to come back this way, so I will climb up the chimney, maybe back down when I go back to get my camera. But I thought I might film this stretch for you, just to show you that it is pretty steep here. Probably should have put the poles away. All right, for perspective, behind me is the actual chimney. That's the way we just came down. Either way, pretty steep. I think on the way up, we'll give it a shot. But I'll probably leave my bag down here and come back and get it. We'll see how I feel on the way back. East Osceola, and we can see the Kangamangus is down there. Off in this direction is a hairpin curve. Second high mountain with the 2 scars, that's Mount Hancock. To its right, a higher point is South Hancock. We look down here in the valley, we see Chimney Brook Pond. I don't know what the name of that is, but there's a pond down there. You're looking straight down the valley towards Lincoln and the Franconia Ridges. Chances are those are some of the Franconia, the Pimagewasset Wilderness, but those are the backside of the east side of the Franconia Notch. If we look over my head, over here, we should be able to see Mount Acela, which is where we came from. East Osceola, straight ahead, up that hill. Big last push to get to the top here. All right, this pile of rocks marks the summit of East Osceola Mountain. And we made it. 4.6 miles hiking so far. I got to do most of that on the way back. I'm sure I took a few detours here and there, but we're halfway home. Great hike. This is an awesome place to hike. I really recommend it. Definitely want to head on out here for the views. We are now looking east from East Osceola. All right, this is the chimney, guys. Straight up. Well, for the moment, I had the place to myself. I came up here the first time, the place was packed, but it's a great place to be. A little bit of a breeze here. I'm on the shelf just below the ledge. The next step is a doozy. It's been a great hike. Views are awesome, even though I wasn't expecting much on East Osceola. There were several views, not necessarily at the summit, but on both sides of the mountain. And I would say that the best part of the hike was from this summit to the other summit, and everything in between was pretty cool. The chimney was awesome. The weather held out. There's a couple of dark clouds, but the sun's still out there, so I don't think I'm going to get rained on. I'm going to be heading back down to the car now. I probably won't take much video between here and there, so I just want to say thanks for coming along with the hike. And please, if you enjoy this video and other videos like this, subscribe and like and share with your friends. I'm trying to build a little bit of a channel here, and every little bit helps. And if there's any feedback about what you like or what you don't like, please feel free to leave some comments. I always appreciate comments. Thanks a lot for hiking with me today. I'll see you out there.